Greetings, Dapperlings, and welcome back to Robocraft and to the Legend of the Pit expansion patch. I mean, I guess it's a patch, but realistically, these things tend to add so much content to the game, so many balance changes, that I actually think of them more of expansions than anything else. Now, in this episode, we are going to be chiefly concerning ourselves with the newest game mode, which is the Pit, but there are a couple of other changes that have also been brought in, and I'll be covering those towards the end of the video. But we're going to be taking the Ichabal out into the Pit and seeing what we can do. I'm specifically not taking an SMG gunbed because I've seen those pretty commonly around at the moment, and I feel that a bit of variety, a bit of diversity is actually fairly good for the game. It's certainly good for me. I will say, however, that despite the prevalence of SMG gunbeds, I am aware that the meta is in a very high state of flux at the moment. I've played it a bit. I played it on stream on Thursday, and SMGs tended to be the king of the hill there. But then I saw a bit of a change towards plasmas, and then a sweep towards rails. Everything is in a constant state of flux right now, and that's probably going to continue whilst everyone gets a feel for the new game mode and gets properly acquainted with how it works. But it looks like we've gone over the timer here, so I will bring you back when we're in the game. And welcome back. Now, the first couple of things you'll notice, the Pit is a game mode in which it is 20 people free-for-all. I am against 19 other people. Each one of those other people is against 19 other people as well. It is the first to 20 points. You gain points from killing enemies. Only killing enemies. Also, the commenter is fantastically cheesy. Right, let's, oh, this is very unfortunate. I started without my rails. That is really unfair, in my opinion. Try and take away your shield, burrow into your bot, maybe kill you, possibly. There we go! Now, I am the point leader. Look at me, I'm glowing, I'm on fire. Ah, fantastic. I'm very glad to have been given the opportunity to show that off. Now, let me sweep around and try and hit that SMG. Now, spotting, not necessarily a good thing to do anymore. Ah, really? They stole my leadership. That's right. Just be there when I come around the corner, and kapow. Let's burrow in again, if we can. Oh, drat. I have lost the ability to take you out. I just need to hope that I can kill you. Nope, they're going to take all of my guns off before I get that chance, aren't they? Yes, they are. They are in a pretty vulnerable position right now. There we go. No, I haven't killed them. Ah, scallywags. I need to get that kill to heal my bot. If I don't, then I will lose. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, stole my kill just as I was ready to take it out as well. There we go. You get back down to earth, please. This is gonna be difficult. The only way to heal in this game, you are on your own, so you're not going to be getting any medicing. So the only way to heal is to kill opponents. It's all down to the kills in this game mode. Assists mean practically nothing, neither in points nor in getting healed, unfortunately. Let's spin around here. Let's wait a little while. I could respawn at any moment, and generally that is actually a really viable tactic now, because if you respawn, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, then you deny anyone. Oh, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get out of this. I've got 5 seconds. If you respawn, you deny anyone the ability to get the point from killing you, which is actually pretty important. 2 seconds. No, I'm stuck here. I'm totally gone. Okay, I'm just going to feed the point leader then, I suppose. I'm currently in the 4th place. If you look up at the top left, you will see that... Oh, actually, I'm in 5th place now with only 1 point. And there we go. The leader has killed me and gone a little bit further up in the rankings. Oh, that scallywag. Now, let's get out there and find someone else. There are kill streaks in this game. The more people you kill, the higher your kill streak, the more points you will be worth if someone else kills you. Damn it, I keep finding that particular bot, managing to do a load of damage, but not quite being able to kill it, and then being denied. Ah, you scallywag, you. See if I can just get through your bot. Ha! Fully repaired! Ah, good times these. Though I am being shelled. Where from? I do not know. There's someone around here. It is remarkably important to have some E-War on this. You need to be able to see where your enemies are. Hello. Thank you very much for presenting yourself like this to me. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to finish you off. I really do need to in order to get my repair on. Hello. Hello. Yes. Yes, I know. It's terrible, isn't it? Let me shoot. Oh, you scallywag. You wretch, you. Now, honestly, I find it funny, but I know that some people get very, very frustrated with kill steals. This would really, really not be the game mode for them. It would very quickly drive them insane to some very, very dark places in their mind. Now, as I was saying, there are kill streaks. The kill streaks are for 2, I think 3, 4, and 5 kills respectively. They go from rampant, dominant, unstoppable, and legendary. And the more you kill, the more points you will be worth to someone else if they can kill you. Oh, damn it, I was hoping he would continue going on that way, but I have just drawn his attention whilst reloading my guns. It's terrible, terrible times. I am probably going to die pretty badly here, unless I can spin around and take out some important parts of your bot. I think I may have done a little bit. Now, if I can draw him around to this other person, I may be in with a chance because he's worth more points than I am. I'm pretty badly wounded, but that person may try to kill the point leader. No, you didn't. That was a bit of a bad mistake because the leader got fully healed as a result. Now, as far as I'm aware, being a leader doesn't give anyone any sort of special benefits. It's not like overclock levels or anything else. In fact, it's more of a detriment than anything because it makes you more of a target to everyone else. Hello. Well, that was a difficult wall to climb down there. Let me just see if I can burrow into your bot. If I'm very fortunate, yes, I can. Okay, I've got 3 points, which puts me in 7th position in the game. I really need to draw everyone else into this big old arena and hope that they fight amongst themselves rather than fight against me. Okay, I didn't manage to get that kill. That is a shame, but it doesn't matter because I could see your cockpit. Fantastic. I'm now rampant, apparently. I don't think of myself as rampant, but apparently the game does, so who am I to argue? Right, let's swing around and just start shooting into the backside of your bot if I can. Really, oh, Drat, really need to kill you, but it wasn't you that got the kill. It was Voxel was victorious. Now, these game modes can be very, very fast. Basically, they got to 20 points before many of us got to anything else. I was joint 4th position, 4 kills, 4 deaths. Not my best attempt at the game so far, I will confess. You will generally get an equivalent amount of RP per the time spent in the battle, or so the devs say. Now, the exception is if you win. If you win, you don't just get a victory bonus. It's 5 times more RP, which is significant. If you can consistently win in the pit, this is probably going to be an RP farm for you. It's going to be really, really good. The pit is basically simple fun. You just drop in, you do a bit of fighting. Kill stealing is rampant, but that's the name of the game. It's one of those kinds of board games. If you think back to your childhood, I'm sure you had a few, where a legitimate strategy is not to try and win, but to try and make everyone else lose. And that, in a way, you've got that same kind of scallywaggery. So it's a bit of fun, but there can sometimes be some frayed emotions, let's put it that way, that I've seen, unfortunately, to say. Now, we're going to jump into another game, because they're actually fairly quick most of the time. If you die, you respawn in 5 seconds. There's no overclock level, so it doesn't get longer the longer you're in the game, and it doesn't get higher because of your overclock level. If you kill someone, you're instantly healed to 100%, as I pointed out there. Now, you may have noticed that because as people kill things, they become worth more points. You don't need to kill 20 people in order to win. You just need to pick your target. If you can wait until someone worth a lot of points is close to death, then get the kill, then you're going to be able to catapult yourself pretty quickly. In fact, you only need 4 kills if you always kill someone who's only worth 5 points or more. The amount of points you'll get for a robot increases, I believe, by 1 point for every kill, but it caps out at 6. So you're never going to see someone with crazy high points. I think at 6 is if they've killed 5 or more, so they've basically got a legendary kill streak going for them. The robots will be match made, as I mentioned, with robo ranking and player level, so pretty much the same as all other game modes. The voiceover will call out kill streaks when you gain and lose the lead, and when the leader changes, or if the leader kills you, then you're going to get a bit of a notification there. And generally speaking, there's no penalty to dropping out of the game. As I said, the game mode is meant for just something you can pick up and play quickly and then stop when you want to. If you leave the game mode, there's no penalty to you having left. There is no queue delay when you next try to queue up, and you will get the RP that you earned up to the point that you left. Obviously, you couldn't possibly win if you leave, so you're not going to get that chance of 5 times victory. But if you joined the pit and you felt, oh, I'm hopelessly outmatched, I don't know why I was put into this game, I'm not having fun, this isn't an engaging game for me, you can just leave. You can just call it there, leave, and then re-queue, and it will not affect you in any way. So I imagine that will be popular with people testing out experimental builds where it could go either way. This might be a genius bot, or it could be a pile of trash, and it'll just be frustrating to try and play if that is the case. You may also have noticed that I was always blue and everyone else was always red, except the leader, who was kind of a golden orange. That would also affect you as well. If you became the leader, you would also be a golden orange. It is a glorious, glorious color if you've got electroplates, because it affects the electroplates as well. We're on the same map, though this can play on all maps, which is actually very, very nice. I've played a couple of maps on the warmer, dustier maps, and I actually really, really enjoyed those. I seem to do a little bit better on them than on the icy maps. Though, one thing to be aware of, the friction on ice has been increased. So you are not going to slip and slide all over the place the way you might be used to. Hello over there. I can see an opponent. Oh, wow. Hello. Thank you very much for your healing. I'm already the leader. I approve of this. No scope. I can't believe I just said that. I feel like I should wash my mouth out. Okay, on the move. You're a flyer coming up over the wall there, and I'm a rail with rails armed. You are about to die, I think. Or you will if I can actually aim, which I cannot, it appears. Oh, scallywaggery. Now, there are a couple of people with 1 kill, so why it's picked me to be the leader, I don't know. Favoritism, I imagine. But let's try and get you into a position where I can actually kill you, shall we? So I can put you out of your misery and heal my bot at the same time. I think that would be grand. And again. Oh, my lord, you're so tanky. I've literally hit every part of you, but the part that I needed to. At this point, they could respawn. It would be the smarter thing to do, because it would deny me the ability to... Ah, there we go. It would deny me the ability to heal. Well done, you, for realizing that. It is an enormously useful tactic, especially in this mode. Now, expending my ammo as a rail on something that I didn't get a kill on, horribly inefficient. In a normal game mode, you'll get assists. You do not get assists in the pit. There is no such thing as an assist. You have to get the kill. The kill is all that matters. And I have not got a kill there. I've done a good bit of damage, but not enough. I see you up there. I see you flying around, bombing me. You've stolen my leadership. I disapprove. Okay, it's apparently been stolen from you as well. I approve of that. See if I can get a sight on you. But there, not enough damage. I've basically just crippled you. Now, because of the fact that in this game mode, you will have different people aiming for the point leaders. You can absolutely lead someone into a brawl to try and get away from it. Just charge into the middle of a huge fight. If they're worth much more points than you are, other people will probably prioritize them. And they will try to do it before they can kill you as well. Because if they kill you, they'll be fully healed. Whilst if they can kill them before you die, or in some cases kill you, I mean, it really does depend how close you are to death. If you are literally hanging on by a thread, then they're just as likely to reprioritize you in order to get an easy heal than to go for the leader. But it is worth keeping that in mind. If you're worth a lot of points, don't bank on anyone not prioritizing you, even if it's possibly not the most tactically sound decision to make. I need to get my guns out of the way of you. There we go. And let's align, go for a sensible kill. Oh, really? Oh, no, I did. I didn't see it tell me that I was healed. Okay, well, I'm number 5 with 4 points. Not great. Not great at all. We need to pull ourselves a little bit higher, I feel. We've got a rail just down here. They've taken a little bit of damage. See if we can't burrow our way in. There's the cockpit, probably. That's a shame. Done a huge amount of damage to them, but not managed to take them out. That is a huge disappointment to me. Wouldn't mind killing you, though, if I get a chance. And my rails are armed. Try and take you out. Nope. And... oh, what a waste. That leader, that 4 points, just sat there waiting for someone. Oh, that Metacube. I actually feel bad about you. Hello? Oh, scallywags. That was my one chance. Okay, we're going to reload everything. You know what? I'm not going to kill you. I refuse. You're a medic. You're probably here on humanitarian aid. You get a pass. You, however, being the leader, need to die. You're worth far too much points for me to let you live. Of course, I do let you live because I can't kill you. Really, as a rail, I need to be prioritizing kill shots above anything else. Oh, they got a kill right at the end. They've been fully healed. That's unfortunate. They're going to get another one now as well. Okay, well, whilst they're focusing on that, I'm going to try and finish them off. I failed in my task, and they're probably going to get another heal. Fly, be free! No. Oh, are they going to go for me or are they going to go for you? That's the question. And there we go. Haha! Perfect. I got the heal, not you. Ah, they've respawned. They realized the dangerous predicament they were in. Ouch. Really? Did you just waste all of your shots on that? Let's go for you if I can. That's unfortunate. Okay, now let's have a look around. We want to try and drive forward. Have I lost one of my tracks? No, I don't appear to have. Come on. Let me shoot. Need to burrow through quickly. Oh, damn it. The last block I needed to destroy has eluded me. I believe I've lost some tracks. No, I've actually got all of them. That's strange then. That'll do. Really? Wasted the shot. Well, scallywags. I need them not to be able to shoot that rail off, because if that goes, then my hopes of healing are gone with it. There we are. Right, now I just need to keep you around as the leader until I get a chance to shoot again. That'll do. Come on, come on, come on. Ah! Well played, leader. Well played. That is the big disadvantage rails have, is that reload time is so horrific. But at this point, I think it would be better for me to respawn, simply so I get all my rails back. And it doesn't impose any kind of disadvantage except the amount of time that it takes to get back into the game. There we go. Now then, where are those scallywags going to be? There's one just down there that I can finish off. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and reload whilst we have the opportunity. There's one over there. There's someone right above me. Not really liking it that you're there. Let's wait for someone else to do most of the damage and possibly finish you off. Nope. Ah, once again, messing up. Let's try and be a little bit more accurate. I have failed. My failure is complete. Hopefully someone can get that kill. Oh, someone's just lost a huge chunk of their bot. That is unfortunate for them. Hello. There we go. Right, well, unfortunately, they're probably going to respawn before I get a chance to finish them off. That is a massive, massive shame. Come on. Just a few more seconds, and let me fire. Rails, please. Oh, no. Well done. Well done. You deserved that victory. I ignored you, and that was my folly, really. I knew better, and I did it anyway. Okay, well, this is, as a game, this is actually going remarkably slowly. Everyone's being a bit derpy in how they attack things. Usually, people are much more dangerous. Wow, my aim is way off. Okay, well, I guess I'm on the move. Done a fair chunk of damage to you, but I suspect you're going to kill me before I can get to shoot again. Now, SMGs do have a slight advantage in that they're constantly firing, and when something has just got a tiny bit of health left, that's all you need. Let's actually shoot you there, if we can. Okay, that plasma's being a bit of a pest. If I can go for a kill on you, it would be grand, but I suspect I may not. There we go. Drat. I think I've just... and you're fully healed. Well, okay. I gave that to you, I suppose. There we are. Let's see if I can take revenge. Maybe not, though. Really shouldn't be going into duels with a rail. I know that Ichaval is a tanky bot, but it's not exactly the smartest thing to do, all things told. You know what? I'm just going to jump down here, where I may actually be safe slightly. Nope. Let's take away your rail. Someone else can hopefully get the kill on me to prevent you from getting it. Nope. I think you've just been fully healed. Oh, well. Now then, where are the enemies? Just down here. Let's see if we can pull this back. I'm currently in 7th position. That is so embarrassing. There we go. Currently in 4th position thanks to that. I should have gone for your gun. SMG tank spotted. Really should have gone for your gun there. Let's keep on the move. Someone else may get that kill, but that's worth a lot of points. Ah, drat, they were worth a lot of points. Were being the operative term. There we go. Rampant. Never mind, I'm rampant now. Okay, let's start reloading and also get out of this terrible, terrible place to be. Snipers should not be out in the open. No, no, no. Currently in 4th place. I've jumped up with 14 points. The leader currently has... Well, if I got a kill on the leader right now, it would almost give me the game. I would need 1 more point to secure a victory. I would prefer it if you two would fight amongst each other, honestly. I'd actually consider that a personal favour. Let's swing around, get a proper look at the leader. Really, did you take off my... Oh, you took off my... 1 rail I needed to take you down. But alas, I do not think I'm going to be getting it. That is a very great shame. Let's try and take you out there. There we go! Okay. In 18th position. I just need this one person beside me to die, and I will win. We may actually pull this back. Yeah, well, actually, we may pull it back even more so now. And no! Scallywags! I'm so close. I could have taken you out. Well, I don't mind it as long as they are the person to win. Oh, it all comes down to this. Have I got a shot? Flubbed it! That was it. I think if any of the people in the top can take him out, they win the game. Oh, it wasn't any of the people in the top then. Okay, well, that was interesting. Let's go for the kill on you if I can. I think... No, you were only worth 1 point. Why? I was sure I was going to get a victory there. Okay, I need to be on the move. I am worth so many points. So many people are going for me right now. Drat! I could see that happening as well. They weren't letting up. They knew that if they could take me down, that was it. Well played. Well played. I actually got only 8 kills and 7 deaths, but I was the 2nd highest point leader there due to that. We actually managed to pull things back there towards the end. We were so close. So close. It just ended up being this big brawl in the middle. And the Ichaval, being a rail tank, not really designed for big brawls like that. So it's unfortunate, but well, there we are. What can you do? Now, they will have earned quite a lot of RP from that one. Let's see how much I got. So, yeah, they would have been around about 45,000 RP just from that. Now, the other game modes, we have the test robot. This little arena is super low resources. As you can see, barely anything here. There are no AIs. Nothing really does anything, although there are like target positions around. They do nothing. You don't get any point readout. You don't get any DPS when you shoot them. It's just there to see if you can shoot it, I suppose. You've got a general arena, different slopes of different gradients to test out your bot, see if it can climb those slopes, places where you can see if they can jump, how they will fall, all of these sorts of things. You've got a little bit of regular terrain as well, but generally this is purely here to test how your bot does on different types of terrain, just for tweaking and balancing, really. If all you've done is add a couple of thrusters and you just want to make sure that your bot still flies, this is the place you would come, because it loads up practically instantly, because it's not loading any AI, it's not having to load a large map, there's barely any texture resources to load. It's a very, very nice little addition. Honestly, I didn't even realize that we needed this until it was given to us. And suddenly I was like, but we needed this all along. Why wasn't this here before? It makes so much sense, and it does. I really, really like this little area. You can just jump in here, test out your bot, head back to the mothership. The old practice mode, however, has changed in a number of ways. Let's jump into AI bots. Now, the primary change is that we will have AI that progressively get harder, and eventually they start fighting back. This gives you a reason to fight things. The bots, from what I understand, are community bots, and they get progressively more dangerous, as in they get better mark armor, better mark weapons, so on and so forth. As you kill them, new ones will be loaded in that are slightly better than the others. So after a while, you can start actually testing out your tier 10 bots to see whether they can, how much damage they can take from equivalent tier, or rather equivalent robo-rank enemies. And that is something that a lot of people have wanted for a long time. They were very dissatisfied with the removal of the basic DPS bots. There we go. We've got someone taking a few pot shots at me. Now, the other thing that this mode has going for it is it effectively the precursor to the PvE mode. Now, I'm really not sure that details are very light on the ground as to what the PvE mode is going to entail. But in a nutshell, you'll be able to make RP by coming in here and fighting against AI-controlled bots. Now, obviously there are lots of balance things to take into consideration with that. I'm not sure how much RP you could reasonably hope to get. I strongly suspect this isn't going to be there to be a replacement for any of the other game modes, unless they intend to take it a little bit further. Maybe adding in platoons, maybe adding in kind of raid situations. I'm not sure. I mean, they could take it in that direction. It would be interesting to see how it would go, but I suspect that anything like that is going to be so far in the future that it's probably not really worth even considering the possibilities just at the moment. Let's just tip over here and take you out. There we go. Maybe take you out as well if we can get the angle. I cannot get the angle, unfortunately. So let's slide down here. But for the time being, at least you can test the bot. Now, the only gripe I have with this area is that to test anything, you kind of need to allow the bots to build up in difficulty. And that's a little bit frustrating. If you bring in a T10 bot, you're going to have to be here for like 5 minutes killing low mark robots in order to get the robots of an equivalent tier that will actually be able to realistically test the capabilities of your bot. That is a bit of a shame. I wish there were a way to fast track that, just to kind of say, right, keep spawning in harder and harder enemies until I get the sort of level of destructive capability that I want to test my bot against. That would make a lot of sense, and is perhaps something I will post on the forums and just to generally give feedback to. But other than that, this is all there is here for now. We can have a little bit of fun killing bots. Just racking up kills doesn't really get you anything in the long run, but it does allow you to test how much damage your bot can actually take from enemies. Something that we have been lacking outside of actually playing a regular game. But that more or less sums it up. There are a plethora of balance changes as well. The overclocking ratio between overclocking levels has been pulled down on most weapons, actually. For example, SMG, instead of 200% increase over base damage at maximum overclock, it's now 150%, and that's kind of mirrored through all of the weapons. Rails have had their damage reduced to pre-buff levels, more or less. Most of these changes were requested quite vocally by the community and have been put in, so you can expect things to have changed. If you don't like the changes, then of course head over to the forums, let the devs know what you feel they should be. Again, as I've said before, if you're happy with something and don't say anything about that, then it's very easy for the devs to think that no one's happy with it if the only people who are saying anything are the ones that are unhappy with it. But rails have been reduced. Shields have also been reduced, and that's actually something worth noting. The 10-point shield, so the 10.5, 10.9, all that sort of stuff, because they cost less than the main shield, that is the 10.10 shield. Where are they? I am actually having a... there we are. These are the 10.10 shields. They have got the highest CPU. They've also got the highest shield strength. So if you look at these ones, they've got a lower shield strength relative to the lower amount of CPU that they require to be fit. They don't all have the same shield strength anymore. And that's worth noting. Also, the Mark X1 shields, they've generally been kept at a stage where they can take about 2 rail shots. The third rail shot will destroy the shield completely. So you can weather 2 rail shots with a Mark X1 shield, and I'm assuming by that they mean tier 10 rails, before it's much of a problem. And also worth noting, the tier 1, or rather Mark 1, I keep saying tiers, I do apologize, Mark 1 Plasma and Mark 1 SMG, as well as the light chassis and heavy chassis cubes, have all had slight buffs that are disproportional from the remainder of the kind of escalation in how much armor they have or how much damage they do, and that's just to help new players along a little bit, kind of in line with the whole hoverblade enhancements, where at the lower tiers or lower marks they're very stable, very hard to flip, but as you get into the higher marks, those kind of like safety rails are taken away from you, and you're expected to be able to build bots that utilize these blocks properly rather than relying on the blocks kind of intelligently trying to help you in order to stay in the sky. That's kind of where I think they're coming from with those slight enhancements to the very lowest tier of component, just to make the early game a little bit easier for new players to get into. But with that, I think we are done here. I am really enjoying the pit. I will probably be sprinkling that game mode in amongst all of my future Robocraft videos, so you can expect to see that in both my from scratch and also the Four Fine Fellow collab project, and I'm hoping that you like it as much as I do. But I would be very interested in hearing any feedback, especially if the feedback is along the lines of just kind of more theory crafting, what you think this has, how do you think this will affect Robocraft as a whole. I'm always interested in hearing that sort of thing. But that is it from me. So once again, I hope you've enjoyed, and if you did, then I would love to hear back from you, either in the form of a comment or just a like on the video. But until next time, and as always, do take care.